just wanted to introduce my good friends here, Gabriel, Francisco, Angel. Thank you guys for being on the live here today. For my Facebook family, just wanted to welcome you to our Facebook Live. We have a huge announcement here. We're introducing Mr. Angel Villegas to our eXp Realty Tribe, and we're honored to have you, brother. So I just wanted to, a lot of people are going to be curious out there. They're going to have questions. They're going to probably be wondering, why you decided to move over here. But I want you to start off, bro, by really sharing everybody your story, and just how long you've been in the business, just so people can get related to you, bro.
Sure. Well, I started in a business with a small mom and pop's real estate company. It was actually my parents. It's called Home First Real Estate, and starting off with them was great and everything, but I really needed my own identity. So I moved into ReMax Top Producers, where my sister introduced me to Christian and Jeanette. And then from there, it's been 15 years in the making. And I meet these two gentlemen right here, Francisco first, and then Gabriel after. And they just changed the dynamic up for me mentally. And honestly, what I appreciate about them is that they have the inside out approach, which I definitely needed to work on as an agent. We always deal with fear. And I think that we had to start there first. And that's why I chose to transition over to eXp.
Right on, brother. Right on, man. And just share everybody a little bit. I mean, why? So your parents, you said your family, right, is in the business, right?
Right.
So that's what inspired you to be in the business, or was it kind of like they kind of told you to do it all the time, and then you finally did it, or how? Because
no, man, it's a crazy story because I actually graduated as an industrial engineer from Cal State LA, and it was completely different from what I'm accustomed to, because I mean that's more of like a desk job type deal, right? But I transitioned into their company as their lender initially, and then from there. I did real estate, but very, very subtle until the market crashed, right? So after that, I went into ReMax Top Producers, met Christian and Jeanette. They had a good energy about them, and I've been there for 8.5 years, almost 9 years, and now I'm transitioning over to eXp.
Wow, bro. Yeah, it's a long time, brother. Yeah, I was also in the ReMax franchise for 8 years myself, so it sounds like similar story. And I started to really look at everything and decided to make a transition. But I was under that franchise for a good while as well. Good company, really good company. We also got our guests here, Mr. Frank and Mr. Gabe. I think it would be great to Mr. Francisco, obviously, to share something. You always share something amazing, bro.
just share.
Yeah, say something inspirational, bro.
No pressure. Yeah. Well, no, it's great to be on the call, and it's a privilege to be here with you gentlemen, my brothers. And I think just to kind of echo what Angel was mentioning there, like immediately when I made Angel, there was an affinity and energy. There was just this sort of just a very ease and naturalness about the way we connected. And as I began to share with him sort of my overall philosophy and my methodology as it relates to giving business soul, I think he immediately felt, the connection to that philosophy from that standpoint of what he mentioned about the inside out approach. What I'm doing is pioneering an entirely new blueprint as it relates to business. Giving Business Soul is an organizational design firm with a business blueprint for a new humanity. And so what that really means, it's one, from a business standpoint, it's organizations that are rooted in philanthropy. They're rooted in the love of humanity. And so that is the keystone aspect of what Giving Business Soul is ushering in. It's about bringing two seemingly opposing forces, which is business and philanthropy, into union within one organization. And by doing that, it creates a different texture in the field. Anybody that enters legacy real estate and the third floor where the Mortgage Phoenix Group is, and it's an immediate recognition that the texture feels different, and I believe what that really represents is that there's this sense that there is a common cause, this direction for humanity. It doesn't have that texture of just profit and just climb to the top and, that old sort of ideology, which I feel really interested in right now, because it feels that with COVID-19, we're starting to get real visibility of this old world that doesn't seem to be working. And not that it doesn't seem to be working, it's very apparent now that it's not working. And that something new has to emerge out. And prior to all of this happening, I think the way that I felt about giving business soul was that it was a philosophy. But I feel that moving forward, this is really a blueprint that really can alleviate a lot of suffering from the earth. And I think immediately when Angel started to listen to the conversation, there was a connection to that. And also in speaking about his production and his levels of, that he had reached as a real estate professional, I have adopted an inside out approach to the way I look at doing business. And by doing that, I've been able to perform at very high levels in the mortgage industry and do it in a way that I don't carry this vibration of just, grind it out and go and do all this stuff. There's a different approach to business. And here's kind of what it feels like to me is that when we look out into the world right now, it seems like the problems that we face are unsurmountable, right? From the business environment, the climate, every single area, it looks like, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to reinvent it? And at the end of the day, what it feels like to me, it's a game of consciousness. If humanity just began to understand the intricacies of human consciousness, we can begin to transform the external world. And that's what this is all about. It really is about ushering this in, bringing this in. And now that we have this ecosystem, bringing in players like Angel, really strong and benevolent masculine leadership. It's not a leadership of just sort of like step over everyone to get to the top. It's like this open-hearted leadership. And as this movement continues to grow and we continue to bring more of these individuals into the ecosystem, then the world is about to be demonstrated what it looks like when organizations work together to benefit humanity. We haven't seen that yet. Maybe we see one company doing it or what have you, but to bring an entire ecosystem with, legacy powered by eXp, we have the Mortgage Phoenix Group, we have Equity Trust Escrow, and we have a big announcement next week of a huge addition to the ecosystem that's happening as well.
You guys are not ready for that one, man.
Yeah, I know. Next week on that one.
I'm ready. I'm ready for the people, man. There's
right?
over here right now. Everybody's at home working from, their computer, but I'm ready for the energy to come in, man. Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah, so it's exciting, man. I'm really privileged and honored to be working alongside with Angel. And I'm sure that with the methodology and being surrounded with this type of leadership, we're going to do amazing and big things together.
Right. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much for sharing. You always got it, bro. I knew you had a method.
Dude, that's it. We don't gotta do anything else anymore. Francisco just
cool, right?
You guys are too kind.
Yeah, that's the beauty of what we're doing. It's like, this is a privilege for me, to be working with so many extraordinary human beings. And the thing is that, we've been shining this light for a good minute. And the thing is that all of these leaders are starting to arise. They're starting to unite. And, it's just like, I just acknowledge too, Mr. Gabe, man, you were like the first one that really, that really jumped into it, not knowing where this thing was going to go. And then fast forward, now we're here, so just come full circle. So, what's up, Mr. Gabe? Now you got to say something now, bro.
Yeah. You're
now.
My brother said.
You're having the good smile right there, man. Come on now.
Yeah. No, I mean, I as well, man. I feel incredibly privileged to be surrounded by you, man, and also so many women within the ecosystem that are rising up. Not even rising up, just like really showing their light now. It's super awesome to see. But yeah, man, like I think that what Angel touched on and obviously what Francisco elaborated on is how effective, efficient, and beautiful it is when you take that inside out approach, right? Because like Francisco's been talking about this before I met him. And I had the pleasure to work with Francisco for 8 years now. And so it's just to see the growth of what's happening by when you lead your business with your heart, you lead with philanthropy, and you use the business, the real estate industry as material, because anybody who's in the business knows it can be an emotional roller coaster if you allow it to be. And why not use that as leverage to build within, use that inside approach to do that work? Because I wholeheartedly believe, I've experienced that a successful business is just a reflection of the inside out approach of how you're doing inside. And and again, man, like doing business in that manner, it's nice, man. It's rich, how Francisco puts it. And like in the office, and you come in on the third floor, the conversations that are being had, the knowledge that is being shared, it's just beautiful. No matter what conversation you may kind of walk into, it's about that, about being of service, of leading with service and leading with the heart. And then the introduction with eXp supporting that. Oh man, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So like when I was first introduced, when Francisco kind of pointed out, hey, take a look at this. And when I did take a look at it, it was mind blowing. At first, like, man, this makes so much sense. A little scary also, right? Because it's different. The moves that we did back then, we had just made it. Yeah. But now looking back, now a year later, and the growth that we've had with over 100 agents now, it's just a beautiful, beautiful experience. Getting to work with gentlemen like yourselves, and then Angel joining the cause. Because when I first sat down with Angel, there was that, and I expressed it to him earlier. It felt just right. It was just another piece to the puzzle.
On top of everything, this guy's name is Angel. Come on now.
Come on.
Exactly.
The Corona.
Halo. I think Angel, I think it would be good, bro. Why don't you share about, obviously you're somebody that's been in the business a while. You've been at one brand. Just kind of run people through a couple of the different things and why you chose, in addition, obviously, to the partnerships that we have, the synergy and everything we have. What did you see that was something exciting for yourself as somebody that's been in the business a while?
Oh man, the technology is superior to some of the stuff that I don't even understand right now. Like the other day I stepped into the virtual world. I didn't know how to navigate and whatnot. So I'm still getting introduced to the technology, but honestly, I think that was one of the prime motives. And obviously being surrounded by quality individuals. I've been in other offices that I was surrounded by quality individuals, but they really honestly just care about you and your growth. They're supportive. They have the better together mentality that I'm looking for. And I'm looking to grow exponentially with these two gentlemen.
Right on. Very cool, bro. Very cool, man. And one of the things that it's just like, I think the common denominator of everything we shared, what we basically want everybody out there that's listening to really understand is that, it makes a big difference where you align yourself, where you align your business, where you choose to do business and what your business is actually contributing to. Because in today's world, in the new world, in the new movement that's happening, you're going to see things that you've never seen before, growth that you've never seen before, because we've never had a movement where we're for the first time, we have the heart leading this whole thing. And that's what it is. This is a heart-based organization, heart-based leadership. And, it sounded crazy, like just 18, 19 months ago, even though when I decided to move over here, and it's all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, this is something that's big, so it's just amazing to the fact that we're able to utilize this vehicle, and then unite all of these amazing talented individuals. And that's the other thing I want to get people to understand. Without this, like eXp is just basically the little connector that connects individuals together. It's just a platform that allows us to all connect. It's where, we're the synergy amongst each other. I don't think it would have been possible if we didn't have this little common link. So it's just amazing, as an industry. Like I wouldn't be able to be in business with all you guys if it wasn't for something like this.
Right. Yeah, and I love to add to that too, just because like when I first looked at the EXP model, and anybody with any business acumen, when they look at the model, you cannot not just sort of bow to it in that way. We're like, wow, these guys just nailed it. You know, they just nailed it. They brought everything that was essentially missing in the real estate industry. They just said, here you go. Here you go. All of it, retirement plans,
Run.
best of breed technology, everything. You know, if there could be, you know, there's stock ownership and retirement. I mean, everything, right? The one powerful thing about EXP is the fact that it's virtual, and especially moving into the world that we are right now, it's going to become a lot more of that. And on some levels, it can also be its drawback. And I believe that what we have here with this ecosystem in Rancho Cucamonga is that we have the brick and mortar, right? So we have the brick and mortar already. You know, in Rancho Cucamonga is the epicenter in the Inland Empire for real estate and mortgage. You know, so we have this beautiful 6,200 square foot facility on the top of the third floor at 8,599. So now you have best of breed technology, an interrupter with, you know, brick and mortar that we offer here. And in addition, you know, with the Giving Business Soul philosophy and understanding that we have an integrated coaching platform that where Gabriel is here and coaching on a monthly basis, all the agents. I'm available, as Angel mentioned, about the inside out approach. And when you put that all together, you know, and then I think the cherry on top, and then the you know, also is the philanthropy. You know,
Right.
so here we have these three organizations all working together to benefit humanity, to uplift women and children through real estate, and going out and building homes in Ensenada and doing everything we're doing. I mean, there's nothing missing. You know, we're talking about flow. We're practicing flow. We're doing breath work. We're
Flow
doing
Flow
Flow Mondays. If you don't know what Flow Mondays in, you got to cue into that. But
Yeah, hey, invite everybody to that, bro. That's
yeah,
Yeah. Talk
it's
about
one.
it, man.
It's
That's like
one of.
game-changing stuff.
It really is. Look, I mean, Giving Business Soul is introducing this entire paradigm into it, and one of the things that I speak a lot about is about flow. And if you don't know what flow is as a business person, as a real estate, you really are at a massive disadvantage. You should really just practically get out, because you can't compete with people that are in flow. You can't. It's scientifically proven that you're 500 times more productive when you get in flow. Now, the thing is that it requires some discipline and some practicing, and you can get yourself in there. And on Flow Mondays, we're giving that framework to give you one of the levers that you're able to do it. And what we're doing internally, though, is that we're teaching people how you can essentially heal and move yourself into that higher vibrational state where you don't necessarily need to be flow hacking yourself to get there, but it becomes a natural way in which you maneuver in the world because you've done the inner work necessary. Everything is an inside out approach, everything in life. And when
Yep.
you understand that and you start to really work on your consciousness and how you relate to everything, the world begins to self-organize and govern around yourself in a way that is just continuing to move you to the highest aspiration that your soul came here to do. And when you're in that sacred purpose, that is the antidote for any depression, any lower level stuff that you're dealing with, is to be in sacred purpose. Once
Yep.
you're there and the soul leads the way, as the great ancient philosopher said, I'd rather have the whole world against me, but that of my own soul. And when you start being directed and led by the soul, it is fire, baby. And
Yep.
we need fire on the earth right now, because it is desperately yearning for that type of leadership that leads with the heart. And so I believe that what we have right now with this ecosystem, the world's about to see it. It's about
Yep.
to see it. And the more people join, the more philanthropy we can do, the more times we can go and benefit others. And when you're in that texture, in that richness, as Gabriel mentioned, it's rich. And Angel, you're starting to you kind of touch that a little bit, where you go and talk to Manuel, and all of a sudden it's this deep conversation, and then you go talk to this person, and it's this real significant conversation. Everywhere you turn in the ecosystem, it isn't about necessarily how many deals are you closing and how fast. It's more significant than that. It's much more significant. And when you have significance, everything else will follow. And what is destined for you is destined for you. You don't need to fight it and grind it out, because you're gonna miss it. What you're
That's
missing is your life. You're missing your children. You're missing those that are most important to you because you think that this dangling carrot of success that you've been sold, it's a bad narrative and it's a lie. And what we are seeing right now through COVID is that the things that are most important are these human connections. You know, it's not about how much money you have in the bank account and how much you're closing because look, the world just stopped. The world just stopped and it just checked us all and said, here you go.
My nice car, bro? What about
right? We ain't even driving anymore.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
None of that. And that's what it's, we're on a level playing field here, man.
What's crazy is that when you lead your business in that manner, that just happens anyway. It's just a matter of fact that you notice that, well, that stuff is not important anyway. Excuse me, right? Because you're making of significance, not just success. The significance is the success.
That's right.
You're carrying your business that way, and you're approaching your business in that manner, just of service. That the money, the material stuff, that happens anyway. It's a beautiful thing when you have an avenue like Prosperity Homes. When you have that money, that's where it's going and leading to serve others and help others and put others in a better, much better position that they are before you came across them. You know, so it's just it's a beautiful, just dynamic, a beautiful blueprint, and it's been working. It's proven. So
that's
right.
What I would say,
just to tap on that real quick. I'm just a baby to this movement, and I tell Francisco all the time, hey, I send him questions, he answers back as soon as he can, and I honestly is new to this whole entire movement, and I already feel the energy. So I'm really excited about keeping that energy up and utilizing it in the real estate business, because I definitely think that obviously we go through so much fear inside, we're self-doubt, all these things that we battle every day of our lives. And honestly, you just internally, you got to be healthy in order to perform at your full potential. So I really appreciate everything that you guys have given me so far. Man, I need to meet you in person, Leo. Man, I've seen you from afar, but I haven't actually shook your hand and talked to you, man.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. As soon as this thing, moves along where we get out of this little recess, dude, I'm gonna be hanging out with you guys, man. I'm looking forward.
I'm done with the recess, man. I'm ready.
Yes, sir. And what I would say, man, is if anybody out there is curious as to why Angel has moved over, make sure you guys reach out to him. Ask some people offline. This entire this is the thing about this ecosystem is that it's not just one person running this thing. We are all leading this movement. And that's the biggest difference about our organization, is that it's being led by different lights, all of these different individuals that are actually making this big giant fire that's all part of it. And that's the thing that I'm most proud of. I always say this thing. It's like, you can't tell who the leader here is. We're all leading this thing. We're all leading this movement. We have literally a realtor revolution happening right in front of everybody. And if people want to get aligned with us here at eXp, make sure people are going to join eXp regardless. So make sure you get plugged in with the right people, with the right alignment. And we got it all. We're 18 months deep into this thing. And Southern California is going to see a movement like you've never seen. So, man, I think we're cool.
That's the beginning.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Angel, any last words, bro? Because this is your show today, bro.
Yeah, man. No, you know what? Honestly, Gabriel, I really appreciate you so much. Welcoming me to the family. Your energy is fire, man. And honestly, your whole entire staff has been very helpful. I still have a lot to do, a lot to dig in, not only internally, but work-wise. I'm getting organized here in the office, but I'm excited about the movement. And just like Leo said, if you want to reach out to me to find out more details about why I made the move, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, give me a call. I'll put my number on there. I don't care. But yeah, definitely, man.
Actually, what is your number, bro? I'll put it in.
Right now, 909-472-8931.
909-472
8931.
8921?
31.
Oh shoot! Okay, cool. I'm gonna put it right here on the screen.
There you go, man. Yeah, give me a call. Put me on blast.
That's awesome,
bro. We got this tech on deck, bro. We're happening, man. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and they're tuning in. There's a lot of ladies in here too that are tuning in that are saying hello.
That's you, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments streaming in. But actually, before we close it out, is there anybody in here that has a question for anybody before we close out today's live? And I'm gonna leave it open here for another 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, and then while you're looking up for a question, so and just to echo again what Angel was mentioning, look, if you're listening to this, Leo said it well too. eXp is going to disrupt the industry, so it's only a matter of time before more and more people move on. The other model just doesn't work in comparison, and that's why this is the fastest growing model ever. That's why it's on a hockey curve projection at this point. And like Leo said, at the end of the day, it's going to depend then. Where do you want to join eXp? What location, what leadership do you want? And if you're somebody who has this sense that the world needs to be better, that we can use business in a benevolent way. If you feel that this love of humanity also stirs in your own heart and you want a different type of leadership, a leadership that's not just solely about money, but it's for the love of humanity and simultaneously are successful from the worldly perspective, then let's have a conversation. This movement is pure, it's here, it's birth, and all it's requiring now is more and more people, and we will birth a new society through benevolent leadership. So come join us, and we'd love to have more conversation with you.
Sierra's calling me out. She's saying that she's gonna be competition right now.
Be careful with Sierra.
You're over here. I can just go visit you real quick. So
Sierra's a queen, man. She's a queen, man.
Yeah, we got some amazing women that are just also helping with leading the pack. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's such a pleasure to have you, Angel, and I obviously just to echo what Francisco is saying. It's leading with the heart and leading with philanthropy, yes, but there's an abundance of business acumen, and we master the real estate side and always serve not only our clients but our agents alike. So because it's about our agents, and it's just that's why that platform is so beautiful. Just it's aligned because it's not about the one person; it's about everybody. It's about the collective, and I think it fits so beautifully.
Yeah, I feel that immediately.
Yep, the 1908 model is about competition. The new model is about collaboration.
That's right.
Amen. Yep. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exclamation point.
And you guys know it's my birthday on Monday, so you guys gotta.
Man.
Oh.
Are we doing the 6 feet apart thing, or are we actually gonna celebrate?
I think I'm gonna do my birthday on a live or something. I don't know.
Man.
I'll call Trump, bro.
You're Aries?
Yeah.
Taurus,
you're Taurus, but Gabriel's an Aries. Aries. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why when you said fire, I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what Gabriel.
I see, Angel, fire.
Like I'm saying, just in case you guys want to give me something nice, my birthday's on Monday, so
Got it. Noted. I'll call Trump to release a stay at home, so we can party with you.
I'll DoorDash you a vegan meal, bro.
I think we all do that, man.
Yeah. Sierra just asked me how old I am. I'm going to be 33.
Damn.
33.
The
youngster, bro.
Yeah.
Got me by a decade, bro.
Yeah, bro. I feel like I'm like older a lot of the time. I've been in the game for 15, so it's been a minute, and it seems like I just got in it. So it's interesting,
how young
man.
Did he start, Leo? How young did he start?
18, bro. Yeah, 18 years old. Luckily, I had the facial hair, bro. I had the facial hair, so my clients were like, "Oh yeah, this guy is, knows what he's talking about. He's a little
totally."
older.
Facial hair does that.
I'm still working on mine.
That's the working on mine.
I can't grow a beard like that, man. Yeah, no, I gotta keep it clean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when you were 18, you probably looked like you were like 12 or something.
Well, man, I'm 40 years old now, so I mean, everybody doesn't believe my age. So,
dude,
I mean,
no way.
Yeah,
I straight up thought you were like in your 20s, bro.
No, but I appreciate it, man. Yeah, everybody tells me I appreciate it, but yeah, I got 40 years on on this body right now.
Nice.
We were talking about that earlier. We made a comment that it's also like it feels like it's the fountain of youth, because like a lot of our agents look a lot younger than you. Like Angel, like really? That's I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So there you go. That's another bonus. There you go. Another hack.
You're a little 20-year-old.
I'm 83.
Hey, you know the secret is plant power, bro. Yeah.
I haven't transitioned all the way to plant power yet, but I don't know.
Yeah, bro.
Might have to go.
We got the
I'll talk to you later, bro, on that.
I'm gonna start asking Francisco questions right
like
now.
that's week 2.
Yeah, that's week 2. You can still have some salmon, bro. You can still have some salmon.
Sure. All right. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are all a blessing. Appreciate you, and stay healthy, stay strong.
Boom.
All right.
See you Monday, bro.